Henry on the end. Right.
Well, then we'll just go ahead and get started. Prior to calling the meeting to order, if you are here, and in particular if you wish to speak, there is a sign-up sheet outside the door. Please be sure to sign that sheet. And then with that, I'll call the Village of Enon Board of Zoning Appeals meeting to order. Mr. Seifert, call the roll.
Mr. Peril, is it Peril? Yeah. Here. Mr. Alexander? Here. Mr. Potter? Mrs. Pettit?
Here.
Mr. Beard?
Here. Okay, please rise and join with me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. I'll take a couple of minutes to explain the BZA process. The case will be introduced by myself. The case background and information will be presented by the village administrator, who also serves as the village zoning inspector. 1183-.05 procedure for administrative appeal. A BZA appeal is to be filed within 20 days after the decision of the zoning inspector. A BZA hearing shall be held not less than 15 days nor more than 70 days after the receipt of the notice to appeal. Public notice must appear at least 10 days before the hearing. Written notice to property owners within 300 feet of the applicant's property, and written decision on the application shall be sent within 30 days of the hearing. Anyone wishing to make a statement before the BZA board will be administered an oath by the chair when they approach the podium. The individual will give their name and address. They will be given 5 minutes to speak to the variance. All comments will be directed strictly to the BZA and not to anyone in the audience. The applicant will be given 5 minutes to present their case, and then those wishing to speak to the variance will each be given 5 minutes to present their comments. The applicant will be given 5 minutes to address any concerns or make any closing statements directly to the BZA. At that time, the BZA will deliberate. We will review 7 questions to determine the effect of the variance. The BZA may direct questions to the applicant for clarification or additional information, and the BZA has the prerogative to approve the variance as presented, approve it with modifications, deny or pass on the variance. A pass is to allow the BZA to gather more information from the staff and or applicant and reconvene within 30 days to make a final decision. So what we have tonight, I believe it's 2025-101.
Yes.
We have BZA case 2025-01. Location of the property is in the auditor records as 0 Skyline Drive. It's the last lot on Skyline Drive on the right, next to the cemetery. The owner is Lorraine Muncie. The current BZA zoning is R2. And with that, Mr. Seifert, I'll let you present the case.
Thank you. A letter has been submitted to the board from Miss Lorraine Muncie, property owner of 0 Skyline Drive. She had purchased the land at the end of the cul-de-sac on Skyline and is planning to build a custom house that is 1,104 square feet of living space. Miss Muncie is requesting a 196 square feet variance for the house. Enon Codified Ordinance Section 1161.01 states that a residential house in the R2 district must be minimum 1,300 square feet. Per Ordinance 1183.05 procedures, 10-day notice was given to the Springfield newspaper, 6/15/25. 10-day notice to property owners within 300 feet were mailed out, 6/10/25. Packets to the board, 6/13/25. Letters to the owner on 6/10/25. And it was posted on Facebook, 6/12/25. This is the subject property at the end of the cul-de-sac there on Skyline. And there's a picture of the house, custom house that Miss Muncie's going to build or would like to build. ranch style house. Is that my question, is that 2-car garage? 2-car garage, okay. There's kind of the lay of the land where she has the house positioned. And as you can see here, where the house is going to be at, her septic system is up there, and leach field. Yeah. This is the setback here, and I got a picture of the measurements from the setback as well. The front setback is 60 feet. The side setback is 13 on the one side and 57 on the other, on the north. And the rear setback is 45. The front minimum is 35, the rear is 40, and the sides minimum is 10 feet. So she's within, the placement of the house is within the required setbacks. And that's all I have. Okay.
I'll now open it up for the applicant to present any information they wish to present to the board.
I'm new to this.
I'm Tim Wiskirchen. I'm the builder
Okay.
for Miss Muncie.
Let the record show he will be representing the property owner
Yes.
with her permission. Okay. Let me give you the oath. I, and state your name,
I, Timothy Wiskirchen,
swear to tell the whole truth
swear to tell the whole truth,
and nothing but the truth.
nothing but the truth.
Okay. Proceed.
Okay. The first thing I would note is the sanitation that you showed up there was approved by the health department. In red is replacement area. In blue is the leaching area, and obviously the tank coming out the end of the house. Now, it's kind of a small lot. The health department approved it for a 2-bedroom home, which hence makes it the square footage a little smaller when you eliminate a bedroom. It is going to be a custom-built home, 2-car garage, nice little front porch on it. Be a good addition to the area. There are several homes in the vicinity that are under the square footage. I noted 6 homes. There's one at 79 Skyline, that's 980 living square foot. There's one at 67 Skyline, that's 960. There's one at 240 Grand Valley that is virtually the same size, 1,104 square foot of living. There's one at 80 East Road, 962 square feet. There's one at 90 East Road, 966, and 420 Broadway, 980. So what she's proposing would be a good addition to the area. It's a custom-built home. It's not, prefab or anything like that. That is an artist's rendering of the appearance of the property. Nice little front porch. And it takes a vacant lot that's just kind of been laying there for a long time and puts a new home on it. And, it would be well cared for. So I'll take any questions if you have any.
Okay. We'll do that after we hear from everybody.
Pardon me?
I said we'll do that after we hear from
Okay.
everybody.
Okay, thank you.
Yep, thank you. Okay, is there anyone in the audience that would like to speak to the BZA about the variance?
Yes. Harold Wilson. Come up to the podium, please.
Okay, if you raise your right hand, say aye and state your name.
I, Harold Wilson,
Swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
All right, and Mr. Wilson, what's your address?
62 Skyline Drive, adjacent to that property line.
Okay. Proceed.
Okay, first of all, I know everybody knows that there's a limestone bed under there. And in order to put that septic tank in, you got 4 foot of limestone to go through. I hope and pray they don't plan on doing any dynamiting. I watched your crews from the work crews here at Enon try to put a fire hydrant in just right in front of that property. They moved it from the inside of the cul-de-sac to the outside of the cul-de-sac. Took them 4 days to drill that little bit through that limestone. And this contractor's got to go 4 feet through the limestone to put in a septic tank unless they move it to a better location. And I don't understand, that's the biggest lot on the whole street, minus what you take out for your big cul-de-sac, which they'll probably never put in. But why can't they just extend the house itself 1.5 feet? Meets all requirements.
Okay, thank you.
That's it.
Is there anyone else that wishes to speak to the BZA? Raise your right hand.
I, Robert Fraley, swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Thank you, sir. Give us your address.
64 Skyline Drive.
Okay.
It's the
Go
side,
right ahead.
it's the lots, the 2 lots on the other side of where Harold is.
Okay.
I didn't even really want to talk up here. I just wanted to more or less ask questions or something. It's like Harold said, you've never been able to have something up there because the limestone is so close to the ground. There's only like maybe 12, 16 inches or something before you get to the limestone. Having a septic tank there is very difficult. My house has a mound system for the, help me out.
For the septic system.
Well, for the septic system, yeah.
Yeah, for leaching and
Leaching
all
field,
that.
thank you, yes. But if, as far as I know, the lot is the same size as every other lot, and it just would seem that if you're going to build a house there, that it should be the regular size. I don't know this, I didn't hear this before, so I don't know if when the builder just came up here and mentioned all the other houses that have smaller square footage, if that included a basement or not. I know this house could not have a basement there unless they did some serious building up to the ground. So that's all I have to say.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Fraley. Is there anyone else that cares to speak to the BZA? Okay, if not, give you 5 minutes to make any additional comments.
To be honest, I
Come up to-
couldn't hear any of that. I really couldn't hear any of that, so
Their major concerns is being able to install a septic tank.
Yeah.
And then whether or not why the building can't be extended out 1 or 2 feet to meet the required.
Well, that septic approval was very tough to get. It really was. We really have to adhere to their dimensions. They want to move the house further away. Is that what you're saying?
No. One individual indicated extend the house 1.5 would make the residential portion of the house 1.5 foot longer, and
Yeah.
you meet the square
Well,
footage.
it's kind of moot with them only approving it for a 2-bedroom home. The space is adequate in the home for the 2 bedrooms and the other amenities in the home, so it fits really well. As far as the installation of the system, the health department has approved it. The soil scientist has approved it. There may be a little trouble getting the tank in the limestone area. Other than that, the leach field is kind of half in and half out of the ground. So the leaching lines won't be a problem. The tank, they may have to work on, but we feel it's very doable. So,
Okay.
all
Thank
right.
you.
Okay, thank you.
We'll now go into the deliberation portion of the variance. Does any BZA members have any questions to ask the applicant?
I have a question. Sounds like the health department is the one that mandated it be a 2-bedroom house, and I understand how that can certainly have an effect on the amount of square footage you might expect
Yes.
to find in a house plan. My question is, were there any other house plans that were seriously considered that would have met the 1,300 square foot requirement, but were also 2-bedroom homes that could have worked for the homeowner?
Not really. Lori was pretty set on the plan that she really liked, and she loved the appearance of it. So we tried to take that and make it work with the situation at hand. So, okay.
Was there anything about the lot? It sounds like you had a little bit more room and setback lines. There's nothing about the lot and the way it's sloped and where you got to keep space for the leach field and whatnot. It could have been bigger, correct?
Yes, theoretically, the house could have been bigger. With the 2-bedroom restriction, that's kind of how we ended up where we were.
Yeah.
Okay.
That part makes sense.
Okay. Any other questions?
So, did the health department, did they approve the septic tank?
Yes,
They did,
the
Yes.
tank, the system is all approved.
through Clark County.
Yes.
So, in your view, that you're a builder,
Mhm.
if you extend that house so many feet to make it qualified, you're not gonna extend the septic tank any bigger, are you?
We're not gonna change the septic at all. You're saying if you make the house bigger, would you have to change the system?
Correct.
Only if it didn't qualify as a 2-bedroom home.
I don't know, I'm just asking.
Yeah.
I was trying to figure out the benefit of,
I guess you could have a 1-bedroom that was 2,000
Well-
square feet, but
yeah, I'm
It's not
saying,
real
if you
practical.
extend the house, I mean, if you're gonna extend that house to make it bigger, then the septic tank is big enough, it should handle all of it, so I'm kinda torn between that
Yeah.
and Clark County
yeah.
approving the septic tank. If they approved it,
Well,
then somebody
what I would
must have an idea
say,
what's going on.
what I would say to that is, it's a 2-bedroom home. It's always going to be a 2-bedroom home. If in the future somebody wanted to divide that extra square footage up and make a 3-bedroom
Sure,
home, they would be
yeah.
out of,
But most of the houses in Enon, the old Enon, and these plats back here, most of those are two-bedroom houses
Yeah,
anyway.
right.
Every one of them.
Which is
That's what they were built for.
yeah, which is pretty much my point with the surrounding homes in the area. There's plenty of houses.
But
through
that
there.
was back in the 1950s too.
Oh, I understand. I understand.
Yeah.
But I understand this. We're building a brand new home in an area where most of the homes are 1950s. So it should be a real good fit.
Oh, yeah, okay. That's the only question I had about the septic tank.
Okay.
And we were provided documentation from Mr. Seifert that Clark County Combined Health District did do a site approval on May the 12th, 2025 for an aerator for 24-inch depth. Credit per ODH must be used.
Well, I appreciate the difficulty that the limestone creates. I'm not sure I understand the relevance to the Board of Zoning Appeals for what they are seeking a variance for. If it's been approved by the health department and they're willing to go through the effort and the cost it takes to get through that, I just don't see how that part's irrelevant to approving this variance based on square footage of the house. If they had built a bigger house that was qualified under this, we wouldn't even be having this meeting, and that part would be completely irrelevant. So I'm not sure that should affect our decision.
All right. Any other comments, questions?
I have one.
Mr. Wilson?
This is for the contractor, but I'll address you. Are they planning on bringing in any fill? Fill dirt.
Bringing in any fill dirt?
Yeah, you only got 1 foot of soil on top of that septic.
Right. Well, I was asking the builder.
No.
There will be imported soil for the septic system, yes, for the leaching area.
Okay. There would be imported soil.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Okay.
I have one question, please.
Sure.
For the builder. The bedrooms, are they located on the end of the house by the septic? Are those the 2 bedroom? The bedrooms,
Yes.
are they located at the end of the house opposite of the garage?
Yes, you don't have the floor plan?
I don't.
Nope,
okay.
we just have a picture of,
The outside of the house.
we just have this.
Yeah.
I'll show you a copy. Let me find the floor plan page. So, there's 2 full baths, master, 2nd bedroom, walk-in closets. I have a nice living area, kitchen, island, 2-car garage, and then there's a bedroom here in this area.
I was just asking,
Yeah.
if the
bedrooms
bedrooms
are-
could be made, or if one of the bedrooms could be made larger.
if
or
it
that
can be
area.
made larger. Well, after the home's built, is that what you're saying?
No, I
Oh,
mean
okay.
before, to
Uh,
make it compliant with the 1300.
Yeah. This master bedroom is 16 by 12. The smaller bedroom is 12 by 10.
Okay.
Two full bath, master, 2nd bedroom, and then a living, kitchen, garage here. And you can see it from that picture that there's a little front porch on there.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
It does lift the topsoil here. Cover that. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You want to see?
No, I'll see him later. Thank you.
All right, with that,
I
What
I
is-
drove through there on my way here to look at the other houses and the size of all the houses in there. I too looked at the square footage of everything that was around there. Noticed several houses were less than 1,300. There's a lot that are exactly 1,300. When you look at the shape of the house, the frontage of it is actually pretty wide. I don't think it would actually look that much different from anything else that's in there. It's not as deep. I think that that's one thing that, does it take away from the character? I don't think it would at all. I think if anything, it would add to the character. It's a brand new, custom built house at the end of a cul-de-sac that looks like it was just unfinished. Not only that, but hardly anyone's going to see it. It's at the end of a long dead end street. So the only one who sees it pretty much are people that live back there, or you're lost, or they're turning around. So that part of the 7 conditions we look at it, is it going to have an adverse effect on the character of the neighborhood? I don't think so at all, in my mind. The one part of this that makes it harder to approve it was, was there a way that this could have met the code? And the obvious answer is yes, by choosing a different plan. There's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of house plans. That's the tough part about this, is that it seems like it's an easy fix to comply with the code. It's just to choose a 2-bedroom plan that was a little bit bigger. All that being said, I think that I'm kind of on the fence here in terms of, like, I don't think this is going to take away from the neighborhood. I don't think it is a substantial variance when you consider the size of the houses in that neighborhood. Is it a substantial variance under 1,300 square foot? Yes. But almost every house in there is right around 1,300 square foot. So when you bought the property, did you know about the 1,300 square foot rule?
Not till I came in afterwards. Got with Kevin, and he showed me the specs and everything.
Had you already chosen the plan then too?
Yeah, I'd already.
Okay.
okay.
Before you close.
Yes, Mr. Wilson.
I was just wondering if she was aware that's a flood area. That area floods almost every spring. And where the septic tank is being put was deemed by the county as a natural waterway. The previous owner put a dam in there, which did slow the water from coming down there, but it still only backed it up and put it on the other side of the lot. It comes down alongside of my property and her property together. It also floods clear across over to our neighbor across the street. That's it.
All right.
That's all.
Thank you, Mr. Wilson. Mr. Seifert, are you aware of any of those water issues?
I am not myself, but I.
Okay. All right. With that, what's the pleasure of the board?
You calling for a motion?
Yeah, motion.
All right.
Either a motion.
I don't know. I'm not sure how my other board members feel.
Can I make a comment?
Yes, and I will have to swear you in. I, and state your name,
I, Lori Muncie,
swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
swear to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
Go ahead, Mr.
I just want to say something. You know, I was born and raised in Enon. I grew up here. My grandparents had a grocery store right across the street, Muncie's IGA store, and I just want to come back home. And I thought this was going to be a great opportunity, so I'm hoping that you
Okay.
vote my way.
Thank you. Ma'am, did you have anything?
No, I was speaking on her behalf.
Oh, okay.
That's my other neighbor on the other side.
Okay.
I know when we move to deny a variance, we typically would cite reasons. Does the same
That's-
hold true if we move to approve it? As presented,
Yes,
we don't need
we
to?
can do that.
Well, then I would move to approve the variance request as presented, finding that the variance is not substantial given the size of the existing houses, and it will not adversely affect the character of the neighborhood or the adjoining properties. So that's factors 2, 3, and I would say 7.
Yeah. So, okay. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
I have a second from Mrs. Pettit, and the motion by Mr. Alexander. Does the board have any desire to have any other discussion? I agree with Mr. Alexander on his points. I think it can be an improvement to the neighborhood. And they do have some challenges ahead of them, but they've got the approval of the health department for their sanitation. So that's the only other discussion I have. All right, I'll call for a vote. Mr. Seifert.
Mr. Perro,
Yes.
Mr. Alexander,
Yes.
Mrs. Pettit,
Yes.
Mr. Beard.
Yes. Okay. So the motion has been approved. The variance has been, and the variance has been approved. The at this stage, the BZA decision can be appealed per 1185.06 of the zoning code. Any notice of an intent to appeal the BZA decision is to be made within 5 days of the decision. The application for appeal shall be filed within 15 days, and it would then go to the village council for review, and it will require 5 votes from the council members in the affirmative to reverse or modify the BZA decision. With that, the BZA hearing is adjourned.